All right, today we're going to build a toolkit. But this isn't for fixing your car or putting together furniture. Nope. This is a toolkit for decoding the hidden logic in the world around us. So let's get right into it.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Our brains are basically pattern-seeking machines, right? From the beat in your favorite song to the way a spider spins its web, we are hardwired to find and make sense of patterns. It's how we navigate the world. Okay, so check these out. If I say 2, 4, 6, 8, you know what's next, right? Of course you do. Or what about 5, 10, 15, 20? Same deal. It even works when it's going backwards, like 100, 90, 80. Your brain just naturally fills in the blank because it sees that consistent, predictable jump every single time. And if you saw that logic, that constant step, then hey, congratulations. You're already intuitively thinking in what mathematicians call an arithmetic progression. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So let's start laying out our tools piece by piece and really understand what makes these patterns, well, tick. So what is an arithmetic progression, officially? Don't let the name scare you. It's just a sequence of numbers where the gap, the difference between any two neighbors, is always the same. That's it. It's that simple, steady consistency. And what's really powerful is that we can describe pretty much any of these patterns with one simple idea. We start with A, that's our first number. Then we just keep adding D, our constant step, over and over and over again. Now, that little letter D has a special name, the common difference. And you can really just think of it as the heartbeat of the sequence. It's the rhythm. It's that one number that defines the entire pattern's pace, whether it's stepping up or stepping down. And finding that heartbeat is super, super easy. All you do is grab any two numbers that are right next to each other in the sequence, subtract the first one from the second one, and boom, the number you get is D. That's the very first tool in our kit. Okay, so we know how to spot a pattern and find its rhythm. That's awesome. But now let's add a really cool tool to our kit. I like to call this one the crystal ball because it lets us predict a value anywhere in the sequence without doing all the busy work to get there. Let's go back to our simple sequence, 2, 4, 6, 8. What if I asked you, hey, what's the 50th number on that list? I mean, you could sit there and keep adding 2 49 times, but honestly, who has that kind of time? We need a shortcut, a way to just jump right there. And that is exactly where our next tool comes in. This little beauty is the nth term formula. Just think of it as our teleporter. It lets us find the value of any term, what we call the nth term, instantly. No counting required. Let's break this down. It's actually really simple. A is just your starting point, the very first number. D is the size of each step you take, that common difference we talked about. And N, well, N is your destination. It's the number of the term you're trying to find. You just plug in those three pieces, and you can pinpoint any value in a potentially infinite sequence. Okay, that's a superpower right there, jumping to any point. But what if we need to know the grand total? You know, adding everything up. Well, you better believe we've got tools for that too. So imagine you want to figure out the total cost of something that increases by a fixed amount every month for, say, 5 years. Adding up 60 different numbers one by one sounds awful, and you'd probably make a mistake. There's gotta be a better way, right? And of course there is. Our toolkit has us covered with two different options. On one hand, let's say you don't know what the last term in your sequence is. No problem. There's a formula for that that just uses your starting point, the number of terms, and that common difference. But if you do know the last number, things get even simpler. There's this beautiful little shortcut that gets you there even faster. It's all about picking the right tool for the job. So let's take a step back for a second and just look at the complete toolkit we've just put together. This is a seriously powerful set of instruments for making sense of patterns. And here it is, all in one place. Your quick reference guide. You've got the nth term formula for jumping to any value you want. You've got the first sum formula for adding things up when you don't know the end. And you've got that slicker, faster sum formula for when you do. This is your go-to cheat sheet. You know, at the end of the day, these formulas aren't just about plugging in numbers to get a grade. It's like the great mathematician William Paul Thurston said, math isn't about computation, it's about understanding. And these formulas, they're tools for exactly that. They give us a way to understand the hidden structure of things. So we've built the toolkit, we've laid out the blueprints. Now it's really over to you. As you go out into the world, what patterns are you going to start seeing? And what new things will you understand now that you've got the keys to unlock them?